And, you know, you got in that van, you know, there's never any gas in it. I mean, the thing with the needle was just bouncing on E. So you've had to go somewhere, you put your $10 in there, whatever, rolled, did what you did.
Wait. Sweet, you're not filling up a van for the community.
No.
You're not filling up a van community.
No.
Come on now.
But hold tight, but they
minor
gave
league
you the
ball. It's minor league ball.
But they gave you the van. It was like, here, we'll give you this car, but
We shared there. No, they didn't give you. There is a van. Like, there's a van.
You gotta get that.
And, you know, there's.
Welcome back to back in the motherfucking building.
Back in this bitch.
Back in Nash.
That's nothing but Memphis, baby. Hey, that's what we do.
And then past that road was the hood.
Fuck the op.
He said, oh, you want a shot? I said, yeah, nigga.
And the city fuck with me, now I gotta fuck with the city.
Light it up. Light it up.
Welcome to the Raw Room.
Hey. But y'all seen the nigga came through fresh as hell today.
yes, you look great, bro.
I came through fresh. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
For sure.
I don't know if you know who Farrakhan Hall is. Farrakhan Hall is a Memphis legend. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, Farrakhan Hall is a hooper. You know what I'm saying? Went to the University of Memphis.
Facts.
Played ball with them right since we were little. Until my mom used to drop me off at the house after practice type shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to drop, my dad and mom used to drop him off at the house. You know what I'm saying? We've been knowing each other this long. My boy got his own clothing line right now. The shit I'm rocking right now, Steel Community. I'm talking about the clothing brand right now itself. The way it feel on the nigga. Now, what I will say, Farrakhan, you try me. I'm not a large, nigga.
Oh, damn. That's a large?
This is a large.
Oh, let me get that.
Yeah, this for you type of nigga.
Let me get that.
I'm an XL, my boy, but I still love you because you dropped that hoe off in the club. You feel me? My nigga went and got that hoe in the club.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Drop
Hold
that
on.
hoe
Hold my drink real
Yeah.
quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, but my
Okay.
boy went and
That's
got
love.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
So I appreciate that. That's love.
You gonna let me get that?
No. I
This man trying to
Farrakhan
boost
just send you
clothes.
some shit.
You can't fit that hoe, bro.
I'm gonna rock this hoe though.
And he already rocked it.
I'm already rocking it. I just
Yeah.
sweated in there.
He for sure sweated out there.
I
Oh,
could
that's
watch that
it.
hoe. I could watch that hoe.
All right.
But if you watch that hoe, you probably ain't gonna be able to.
It's over with. That's why I'm telling Farrakhan right now, send me the XL.
That's what I said. Let me get
And
this.
all the colors,
Let me get
my
this
boy.
bitch.
Cause this shit feels so fucking good.
It do.
You know what I'm saying?
The quality is nice.
The quality is fire.
We like
the
that.
aesthetics
That's good
of his website, aesthetics of his Instagram. You can tell like it's some futuristic shit as far as the way he think. You know what I'm saying? The way he look at clothing, the way he look at the marketing and his shit. It's above and beyond in my mind. And I appreciate him. You know what I'm saying? Like lifelong friend right there. Been, like I said, been knowing that man since I was knee high to a grasshopper. You know?
Knee high to a grasshopper. Yes, sir. Shout out to him, man.
And who ain't never been knee high is our motherfucking guest. I know y'all seen another nigga that had the duck when he came through the door. Richard Hendrix is in this bitch. And yes, for a lot of my Auburn Tigers, I know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do this. When I met the nigga, I didn't know.
For all the LSU Tigers, I am sorry as well. I didn't know either.
We didn't know.
We didn't get the memo.
I mean, he dropped it on us at the...
He snuck it in there.
He snuck it in there.
You gotta
Oh, yeah, by the way, I
keep it
went
in
down
the SEC West, though.
I mean, it's cool.
It's
cool,
like
but
any other Bama nigga say. We can
Right,
this.
right.
Nah,
When
bro.
y'all niggas go to the championship, boom.
Oh, God.
Hope you
Oh, God.
niggas lose.
No. Basically, I hope y'all lose.
Every time. But welcome, Richard Hendrix. I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate
Yes,
you
sir.
for coming in here and sitting here with us and talking to us. And before we get on you, I saw something that happened. By the time this come out, I gotta address it. By the time this come out, it's been a few weeks past.
Okay.
I'm so fucking tired of Sports Center, ESPN, the people y'all hire, the people y'all got working for y'all.
What they say?
Motherfucker said movie All-Stars, potential lineup. Don't know who Troy Bolton is. Never watched that movie.
That's
Alvin, don't care.
was it?
We know who
High School
Calvin
High?
Cambridge is. That's Bow Wow, obviously.
Yeah.
We know. Come on, Airbud to go.
Get the fuck out.
And these two motherfuckers, Heather and Heidi.
Quit playing with that.
No,
man.
I saw
That's
that
the
free throw.
moving in, huh?
I saw that free throw.
Quit playing.
Nah, bro.
Quit playing.
Nah.
Wait, hold on. This is their all-star lineup for real?
Yes.
That was racist.
Okay, only person not Airbud, he white.
Yeah, golden retriever.
Yes, that nigga white.
That is a...
It made me feel the black
That's
lab
all right.
I get to him.
That would make sense.
Golden retriever, but the free throw.
Okay.
This one right here. We know, remember who we had on? Auntie.
we had.
We asked her about this bullshit.
She told us.
She directed this activity that's going on, the sports and basketball activity. Auntie Chanel, you can go, Chantel, you can go watch the episode. She traveled. You can go watch that.
She never her opinion before. She
didn't pick it up, you right.
Yeah, she ain't never picked it up. She never picked it up.
But I'm gonna call it, if I'm a ref, I'm calling it travel.
Just because.
That shit just look dumb as hell, bro. Travel. Other way.
Travel.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. What is that doing?
Watch the fake.
The fake is immaculate. And I mean immaculate by terrible.
Hey. Ooh.
Jab step. Gone. Out of there.
Behind the back, though. Behind the back was smooth.
And that was a dime.
Behind the back was smooth. Her release wasn't trash.
Nah, it wasn't trash.
The movie was just trash in itself.
Yeah.
Chantel, talk to us again about that bullshit.
That was horrible, though. That was on real ESPN, though? Like, the real one?
Yeah, the real ESPN.
Oh, yeah, it is. They count.
Look,
come on now.
Y'all got to do better now. That was, Buddy was from, he said high,
like,
high
so
school.
many. Like, don't get on the goddamn comments and say, y'all didn't say this. Y'all just, shut up.
I'm not talking about nothing we didn't say. I'm talking about what was said.
Yeah, what was said
I'm talking about
was incorrect.
What was said?
It's definitely incorrect.
That is not true.
I'm talking about we can literally name a whole NBA lineup to give to the. What are you talking about?
We can have the conversations one of these days, just not today. Like who would
we
be
ain't
in
even
your
had that
top five
conversation.
or in your starting lineup?
It definitely ain't this nigga.
Yeah, nah.
No,
he ain't make.
I never even watched it. I never even saw this.
No,
I don't even know what it's called.
I think it's a high school high, ain't it?
No, it's the musical.
It's definitely not high school high.
It's high.
I might say the musical.
The high school musical. That's
I think that man hooped in the musical.
Is
I think he hooped in the musical.
that-
Anyways, we do have a guest on the couch that actually played basketball.
We do got a guest that actually play basketball, and I love that we got a guest that actually play basketball because, come on, I love basketball players. I wanted to be one growing up. You know what I'm saying? When I saw all my partners just getting a little taller than me, you know what I'm saying? Niggas like Farrakhan. You know what I'm saying? I see Marlon Brown hanging out the rim, bam, they're breaking backboards.
Hell yeah, yep.
You know what I'm saying? I see all these type of guys just doing all type of immaculate shit. And I'm thinking.
In middle school.
In middle school, like 6th, 7th grade. I'm like,
Yeah.
Wait till I hit my growth spurt.
Never happened.
That bitch never came.
Never came.
And just like I never came in here and had to duck when I walked through this motherfucker. There is a guy that had to duck every time he gonna walk through this bitch. That's Richard Hendrix. Welcome to the Raw Room, bro.
Welcome
We
to the Raw
appreciate you
Room,
again,
man.
bro, for coming on with us. Mr. McDonald's himself. You ever been on a podcast?
This is my first one, actually.
Oh, really?
In person. I've done Zoom, you know.
that's right.
So that's not a real
Zoom
This is my
call.
first one.
That's a Zoom
First
call.
Really? Okay. All right.
I'm excited about
That's
it.
live. That's live.
Nah, well, we're going to get to it, though. But I'm going to go ahead and just kick it off, baby. You don't mind, bro.
Go ahead, my boy.
I'm going to go ahead and kick this joint off, man. So you down in Alabama. You down in Alabama in 08, right? Around that time period, right?
Yeah.
07, 08.
Yeah.
Athens.
Yeah.
So at that time,
Decatur.
I'm getting
West,
straight
baby.
to it because I do want to ask you about high school and all that. But at that time, that was more like the SEC. You wasn't really all that, but y'all had Tennessee. Right?
Right.
And at that time, out of conference, who else did y'all play that year?
My last year?
Yeah.
Georgetown.
In football?
Man, that's been so long ago.
So it was a minute. It was a minute.
We played a lot of teams. In my 3 years I was there, we played Georgetown, Memphis, NC State.
Y'all did play Memphis.
We did play Memphis. Played it.
Well,
That was when Rose was there, right?
No, we played them. Darius Washington, Sean Williams, Andre Allen.
Oh,
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Memphis niggas.
I played with a lot of those guys too in AAU growing up too. But a lot of those guys on that team. I think Rodney Carney was on that.
Rodney Carney, big team. Came up to him.
It was a preseason NIT. It was a top 15 matchup. They actually beat us. They beat us.
Okay.
Beat us pretty good. And beat us by about 10 points. But they came in Tuscaloosa and beat us. But We played a lot of teams.
It ain't often where we get a person that has actually played the Tigers sit down on the couch and say,
And
yo,
say
yeah.
those names.
Exactly. Same names and yo, yeah, they did beat us. This is the first right here.
They beat us.
That's why I had to bring that up. Now I can get back to your high school days.
He just wanted to bring that one first.
I want to bring it up first, baby.
You just want to double back.
Get down here.
You just want to. You just want to double back.
Oh, man. Listen, Memphis has always been a problem. Like, I feel like people sleep on like Memphis like being a problem for like years, yo. But anyways, let's go back to high school though. You went to the same high school as Phillip Rivers.
Yes. He's probably considered one of the best athletes ever.
Hell yeah.
I mean, at Athens High School.
What school is it again?
Athens High School.
Athens High School.
Small town, North Alabama, right outside of Huntsville.
Yeah.
In Huntsville, Decatur area. But so a lot of
Decatur
really
was
good.
greater, not the Decatur y'all think. I'm talking about.
Yeah, a lot of good talent in that area. A lot of
okay.
good talent.
It's funny, like going to a school that's known for football.
Yeah, because I
Cool.
played with a lot of them boys at Auburn that went to Decatur.
Did you?
Who's that? Well, I know.
You shouldn't ask me that.
Come on.
I don't remember.
That's what I'm saying. That's a bad question. I got you. But now, so like, I mean, how was it though? Like, I mean, it's a football school. Was folks still show? Look like y'all. The gym was
Nah,
back then.
Hey, I tell you that right there is against Decatur High. That's Gerard Powers played at Auburn.
Gerard Powell.
Gerard Powers.
There you go.
JP.
There go one.
Where my boy?
I tell you, and that right there, you know, he was one of the better athletes. We grew up the same time period. And from time we were probably 9, 10 years old, every sport, you know, we would play them in other cities. You know, he would be one of the best athletes out there. Football, basketball, baseball. Yeah. He could do it all, you know.
Sheesh. Okay.
Shout out JP, right? he made the right decision to go to Auburn. And you just fucked it up.
So you was Mr. Basketball in Alabama coming out.
Yes.
Do you still hold those records for blocks and rebounds down at your school?
I think I do. If I don't, somebody must have lied a little bit on the stats. Stuck them a little bit. I think I still got them. I still got them. But
it's lit. So like, what? Tell me the story about choosing. I mean, like, cause you are in Alabama. I mean, Auburn's down the street. I'm pretty sure, like, you got some looks there.
Well,
so, like, what made you choose?
Well, I mean, I played. My dad was the head coach at the school. We had a really good team. Another Memphis Tiger, Tank Beavers was my teammate. Shout out to him. He rest in peace. Passed away.
Okay,
but he played for Memphis Tigers in 2004, 2005. He was a year older than me, but he was on the team that year. But we had some really good teams. Got to the state championship game, 33-3 record, best ever in our town. But you know, I had a pretty good high school career. I was, you know, top 5, top 10 player. Yeah, I actually came down to picking my decision to go to Alabama over North Carolina.
That's what I was about. I saw
that was the decision.
Wow.
Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I mean, first
especially
off,
in that time period.
Yeah,
I'll say this.
Get some.
When you look back on it, you say, why do you make that decision? But if you go back to 2003, 2004, when they were recruiting me at North Carolina, you talking about North Carolina was coming off of a season, right? When they got Roy Williams coming from Kansas.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They were like 19-11. This is like Sean May, Raymond Felton's freshman year.
Okay.
Alabama had just gone to an Elite 8. Alabama had just won the SEC.
Well,
okay.
I see.
Also, at the same time, I got several family members. My older siblings, cousins, aunts had already graduated from the University of Alabama. So it was a little bit of a family thing.
Like transfers are going all the way to North Carolina.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, it was a hometown thing. I was always recruited by Alabama first from the time I was a freshman in high school. Yeah. It was a hard decision.
I got you.
But in hindsight, you're talking about when I first committed and signed with Alabama was coming off of a great year. Yeah. Went to the Elite 8. Like I said, they won the SEC. We had a top 5 recruiting class. You know, it's just when we got there, it seemed like the wheels started to fall off a little bit. And obviously Carolina wins a championship in 05 which would have been my senior year in 09. So you look at it in hindsight and you say, what were you doing? Damn. But, you know.
Golly.
Damn. It happens. It works out for the best. I mean,
like
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is funny though, because I feel like nowadays, most of the kids, I mean, I don't know. I can be wrong, but I feel like back in the day, tradition at a school kind of meant something when you was going somewhere. Like, yo, snap, like that's North Carolina or that's there. But I feel like nowadays, like whoever's got the bag, they don't necessarily care about the name as much.
Yeah, well, you're right.
Football or basketball. I just feel like they don't even care. Like they don't care. Oh, just because it's Alabama. Well, that's probably different for football. I think that's a little.
Well, I want to go back to
Go ahead.
In your time playing in Alabama, everything is an Iron Bowl, obviously. Basketball, gymnastics, softball, baseball, swimming. It's the Iron Bowl. That's just how it goes. That's why we the best.
This might go.
So, I mean, it is the best rivalry. He'll tell you that.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, you got to make a decision. When you're from Alabama, you got to make a decision in kindergarten.
Everybody
Come on, bro.
You know, everybody in the state, you know, in kindergarten, they're going to have a day where you wear your team. You're going to have to pick that in kindergarten. You're going to have to say who you for and establish that. That's determined early on.
They say they
graduate kindergarten.
So Auburn was never in the question.
They say they boxing. In.
I'm just going to be honest with you.
Damn.
It started early.
Real early.
Why? So you are because
He
you
already
say
told
you had people.
baby. The whole
All right,
family.
so my thing though was about that the Iron Bowl playing against Auburn. At that time, obviously, you just stated Alabama was trash. Y'all started being trash after that.
It went down.
You
Auburn-
stated that. You stated that. I mean, you know.
You said the bottom fell out. Did you say some shit like
He
that?
said something
The
like
wheels,
that.
the wheels were falling off.
The wheels were falling off.
They did say that.
That bit was-
They back now though.
Oh.
Everybody talking about 20-some years later.
Yeah, they are. Touche.
Yeah, I guess Auburn can say the same thing. We Charles Barkley. Hey, now look at this motherfucker. Jabari Smith.
That's fair. Well, go ahead. Nah, that's fair. That's a good point.
So
Go
during
ahead.
that time, what was the Iron Bowl like at two teams that wasn't, you know what I'm saying, hitting the right strides, getting those wins, getting to the SEC tournament and turning it over and getting to the NCAA tournament? What was that like? You know what I'm saying?
Well, my freshman year, we had a really good team. You know, I'm talking about, you know, on our team, we had 3-4 guys who played in the NBA, were drafted, whatnot. We had a really good team. We won 10 games in the SEC. We swept Auburn that year. I mean, and you know, but Auburn was coming back up. I'm just gonna keep it real. I mean, we had a good team. Got to the NCAA tournament. We were the last team to actually beat Florida. Florida wins the national championship.
Yep.
We beat Florida. We beat LSU and beat Tennessee like in back-to-back weekends, and they were all in the top 10 at the time. And, you know, to play 3 out of the 4 teams in the Final Four, UCLA went to the championship game. We beat LSU. We beat Florida. We had a really good team.
Yeah.
Now, what happened was the next year, we were preseason ranked in the top 10, number 7, and we got all the way up to number 4. But we had some things happen internally on our team, unfortunate events, and, you know, it was just really hard to recover from that.
Okay.
You know, some injuries and some other personal things, and we were hard to recover from it. So my college career, when you look at it, you look at the final record, and it looks bad. But if you talk about, hey, we were ranked number 4 in the country. Teams don't get that high.
That's
we got
tough.
teams.
Yeah,
we were number 4 in the country. We were undefeated. You know, we were 13-1 going into SEC play, and we had some real issues internally that took place that really messed us up.
Who's y'all's coach then?
Mark Godfrey was our head coach.
Mark Godfrey.
Okay, he coached there.
When I know in football when there's some down, like when shit going downhill, you have there's 6 days you got to turn that shit around.
Yeah.
Right.
In basketball, y'all playing every other day. So like, how does that look for the turnaround? Like,
Well, I think when I look back on it, you know, you're so young, you don't realize it, but it's just like players were not able to make certain adjustments at the time, you know, and you got to obviously,
that makes sense.
you don't understand and have enough experience.
It's
levels.
Yeah, it's
Right.
levels.
Yeah.
For
People that
sure.
go to the league even.
It takes time. You know, I look back on it now and I say, man, how were we not able to write things and figure it out? But, you know, when you're 18 years old, 19 years old, you're trying to do what you're instructed to do, what you're working on. And, you know, everybody, one thing about basketball, it's a challenge on teams because you got the team goal, but there's an individual goal because everybody on your team is trying to get to the league.
Right.
And one thing about, I don't know if it's the same with football, but like, there's no correlation to winning basketball games and getting drafted to the league. Like,
I was about to say that's. I feel like that's different for football. For real.
You know, football.
You know,
know,
like your team has to win in order for you to.
You got to play your role on your team to help your team.
I
win.
wouldn't say you got to win.
That's what he was saying, though, right?
Percentage better.
if you go look at the NBA draft now, I mean, you're going to see so many people who don't even have NCAA tournament exposure. I mean, you know, you're not none of the better players on the team. If you're a prospect and you come in and you're highly ranked coming out of high school and they already got you on the draft board, it's really hard to play yourself off the draft board.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn.
You know, I mean, you
example
really.
for that, and I was talking to people about that. To me, I feel like it's Imani Bates. I feel like he's a great example of that.
How?
Because his team was trash when he left in Memphis. He went to
Eastern Michigan, right?
Eastern Michigan. They was god.
I see what you're
But
saying.
he was killing, and he still got drafted.
That nigga cold too. He's still
Yeah.
playing, but
See, but that's how you gonna say it. You're gonna view it.
Defense together, my boy.
But you're gonna view it like that. You're gonna say he's cold in basketball because the guy has
That
talent.
makes
But
sense. I see what you're
I don't know
saying.
if you would do that in football. If a guy's out there doing something and nobody else, I don't know if you would. If it translate like that, I don't know.
They don't, because they don't like basketball. Is so much exposure in basketball at a young age. A lot of basketball can be played in 10 months. You can't play football like that. So
You gotta get out there on the field with another team.
No, it's not even that. It's the fact that you're not getting that much exposure to be seen. Even if it was, football is just a different game. It's so physical and violent. You gotta see a motherfucker develop.
Yeah.
You gotta grow the fuck up first.
Right.
That's why there's no high school to the NFL. Nigga would die out there.
Yeah, then for real.
I would
for real.
try to kill one of you little 18-year-old ass niggas.
What?
I'm good for how big he think he is.
Hey, no, sweet. Yeah, everybody in the league would be like, "Oh, I'm finna make him want to stop playing."
Yeah.
Today, nigga.
I'm gonna be the nigga that say, I had to quit because damn base hit me.
On God.
I'm putting that's a badge on my shit.
Nigga, 18, 19 years old out there, bro.
Yeah.
It's
That's why you gotta go 3 years.
It's over.
You can't. Hey, you
Nigga,
gotta,
hey,
like
sweet
the
nigga,
military.
nigga,
You really
body
gotta
not
develop.
ready, nigga, mind not close
Yes,
I
to
feel like
ready,
too
bro.
though, to your point, as far as like the number of exposure, I feel like y'all got like a finite amount of games that y'all can actually play in football. Versus in
You can't
in
play
basketball,
so much.
you can go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
It's
basketball, it's like
online.
yo, you can get in a lot of fucking games.
Like that's why people
a lot
think
of games, different leagues.
we talked about the 7-on-7 shit, and motherfuckers they go to college off of 7-on-7, and it's like
That's why.
Right,
yeah,
bro.
that's why it's
these college
different.
coaches gonna. I'm pretty sure I haven't talked to one in a while about.
That
I
would
haven't
say
talked to one about
anything.
that, but which I will. I'm gonna bring it to their doorstep because I want to know. Like, do y'all really be offering
Watching
motherfuckers off of
right.
this? That's basketball on grass. That's what I call it. A lot of
Yeah.
niggas call it basketball on grass.
But that don't translate to the game.
Shorts.
That don't translate to the game of football though. Like,
At all.
I got you. It's fair.
It might
all right.
it might show you some windows on your pass
Go
game or
ahead.
something.
I'll
but-
take.
Go ahead. Well,
You gonna say I'm hating? Corey, I don't give a fuck. Deestroying. Look it up. That Deestroying shit. I know you didn't see that nigga before.
Yeah.
They do them one-on-ones. I'll let my son watch that shit.
Who is he? Who is this? I'm not familiar.
I think he.
I'm really not familiar with his history,
like
but I know he
YouTuber.
was a punter at one time and he was trying to get in the league, or he was. Not really sure. And this is no disrespect on his grinds to get to the league or whatever. This is just based off of these one-on-ones right here. I don't let my son watch this because I caught this nigga one day talking reckless to another good kid like this. Like the way these folk be talking greasy to each other. Nigga, y'all is at a high school with some other lame ass niggas surrounding you watching y'all do one-on-ones for some money. Cool, that's cool. And
Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
like, you ain't got. They be disrespectful out there.
Really? I'm not.
No,
familiar
I'm
with
telling
this
you.
stuff.
I'm telling you. I'm not.
So like grown folk talking to kids like this?
No. It's just grown. It's other grown men on grown men.
Oh, okay,
But the
okay,
way they be talking, you would think they in the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. But
I get
like,
it. Maybe that's their Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck.
Is like money on the line with this type stuff?
It's a little dollar. There's some bread on that. Hoe.
I mean, I probably
really don't. Exactly. Don't give a fuck.
I feel you, but I'm saying I can see them going at it if they playing for
But
money.
they,
It's like fighting, bro. Like back, like
but
they need to eat.
But I'm saying, but they advertise this to young, you know what I'm saying, high school, middle school.
Okay, I see what you're saying now.
That's what I'm saying.
What's the
you're
level
saying
of
now.
that one-on-one? What's the level of it?
Nothing. It's all about one-on-ones is just for offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one-on-one that's for defense is blitz drills. That's it. Because then we just gonna run the fucking running back over, or the tight end over. D-line gonna do the same thing.
Right.
One-on-ones, when it come with a quarterback and a receiver or a running back or a tight end, it's all about offense. They have the entire field down there
Right.
from the 20-yard, like we do it from the 20, 25, to work with.
Yeah.
It don't matter what leverage you got. You can have inside, the nigga just gonna stem you in and go out.
Right.
If you got outside, he gonna stem you out, go in.
Right.
Yeah.
If
No,
you
yeah,
stand
right.
I see
head
what you're
up,
saying though with
and then you're gonna take an option. So, I mean,
it's for the quarterback and the receiver. It's not that it's like the DB out there just trying to get a workout in.
that's all. The DB is out there for his life.
On God.
He's just out there, man. I hope these niggas don't put me on the tape.
What would be the equivalent for basketball? Like the little one-on-ones with 3 dribbles?
Y'all ain't got that, huh?
No, we probably.
See,
I mean,
it's never one sided.
It's never one side.
It's never one side like
yes,
that.
Yes, it is. Niggas go one-on-one all day in the NBA. Isolation.
Yeah, but
ISO.
But like a drill
to your
type.
point, defense does play to effect. Like, I mean, like you. Like if you're a good defender,
like getting that work in.
Niggas be like, yo, come on.
Yeah,
like some defenders want you. Oh, you try to take me one-on-one, come on. Like try.
So like in some situations, the one-on-ones, like if they, run a real route, or you know what I'm saying, it's like DB actually play good defense, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's sometimes where it gets shit get defended, but like
I don't know how
9 times out of 10.
I mean, in basketball, I mean, if the person doesn't have the skill set, then it can be in the defender's defense. If he can't shoot, you taking one thing away. He can't shoot. Right. He can't dribble. He can't go left. He can't go right.
Right.
I mean, a good defender can figure it out. And then depending on the drill, how many drills you got. I mean, how many dribbles you got, all that kind of stuff. So
I feel like I said, look, to your point, that's why I feel like football is like, yeah, it's super one-sided. Basketball is not one-sided though, in whatever drill you do. But I feel but it makes sense.
I just stated, basketball doing 3 years.
Yeah.
You did 3 years at Alabama, and you said, fuck it, I'm going to the league.
Yes, sir.
It was time to go. I graduated though. I graduated.
I
graduated. I handled my business in the classroom. I left. I said, hey,
a man born from educators.
Yeah. So they didn't really play with that. I had to get so it was like, hey, I graduated from school. Go to work.
It's time to go to work.
Right. Facts.
So what was that like? Talk to us, because we all know NBA basketball only 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't really in that first round, you know what I'm saying, you almost looked at it as like second round, like you might make the team or you undrafted type shit.
Right. Well, I had a long range of where I could go. I knew I could go probably somewhere in the middle of the first to the second. I could go undrafted. But like I said, we didn't have the best of years. I graduated from school. I said, I'm ready to go give it a try, see what happens. Yeah. I made the team, got a contract, signed a 3-year deal and whatnot. And you end up finding out not too long just the nature of the business. So many people on the roster. They got to make some changes. My first debut, I actually played really well. I mean, it's just one of those things that you just get in the numbers game, you find yourself out of it, after a short amount of time. It's very competitive. It's only 30 teams in the NFL. I mean, the NBA.
Yeah.
15 spot, that's 450 jobs. It's going to be 30 in with a guaranteed pick in the first round. That's 30 out every year, at least. So it's a number situation. You got to make the best of it.
Now, you were saying that you got your debut, but after that, you got released or whatever, or you went on inactives. That's what happened. You went on inactives. I know in NFL what inactive is. You still practicing all fucking week. You doing everything that everybody else doing. You just ain't dressing up. You sit on the bench. Is that the same thing?
Same thing. You doing more work than the other guys. It's 15 guys on the roster, and then you got 12 to get a jersey. And then if you look on every NBA team, unless they changed it since I was in there, it's 3 guys going to be sitting behind there in street clothes. Mm-hmm. And, for the first, 15 games I was at. Yeah. Then they sent me and a couple other guys down to the D League to develop. Then they had some things in the roster with some guys. We had Monte Ellis, who came off the injured reserve. He got hurt.
I was going to ask you about that.
And when he came back, you can only have a certain number of players on the roster.
Right.
So regardless if I had the guaranteed contract, they decided to let me go.
But do you still get that guaranteed contract?
Oh, yeah.
You get that. Ain't that a bitch? That nigga said that shit with ease.
He said, he's come
on, what you mean?
The contract? Oh, yeah.
Nigga, you think we get it? No.
Hell no.
Fuck no. That shit is null and void. Keep it moving.
We heard some stories about, like, the D League back there, back in the day. Who was it that came sit down with us, bro? Was it Ron? Was it Slay?
Ron Slay.
It was Slay that came through.
Yeah.
And Langston Galloway.
But Langston said, like, he was on both sides of it when it was.
He got to the better part of the D League.
So you got some D League stories from as far as like just like some stuff. You like, damn, like
I heard y'all was like JUCO in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's. I mean, I played in 2 different places. Now, my experience was different in both places.
You was in Dakota.
No, when I was in Bakersfield, I was sent down because I was still on the NBA team. So you sent down. That's a little bit different. You still get everything that you would get in the league when you're in the D-League.
What you mean by that?
So like,
You like on
for example,
loan
if you like
Okay.
you're like
that's like some soccer.
right, they loan you down.
Yeah.
So if you go down and you still on the league roster and you fly commercial, you get to fly in the business class. Your teammates don't, or something like if everybody else getting the D League, if everybody else getting the D League,
Class is ass nigga.
That's wild.
so like if like
no, that's crazy.
that's just what it is.
That's crazy.
Because they send you down.
On the business class. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, big fan. Okay.
So they got to keep everything the same way it was for you in the league.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you on a road trip in the D League, your D League teammates gonna get D League per diem, which might be, I don't know, whatever it is.
$20
But you,
bucks,
yeah,
nigga, $40.
right. But you're gonna get the NBA per day, right, per day.
I already know.
You know, certain things like that.
Okay, so
Certain things
your
like
experience wasn't like most D-League players.
But then after I was released in
Because
December,
you went to Dakota.
I went to Dakota.
That shit sound miserable.
And it was totally, but you know,
it was different.
it was.
You been
Right.
so
No,
busy.
we lived in, it was almost like, it was like a dorm frat house type thing. We had the first day I showed up, the wind chill was negative 27 degrees.
Oh my God.
I showed up like a day after Christmas. I never forget that. Like after Christmas, I got cut.
Cold in here.
I came home. I got to spend Christmas with the family. I flew up there, and it was like a negative. It was one of the coldest day they had, like in 2008.
Damn.
And you got there, and like, you know, they don't have any cars in the snow. Like they don't provide that kind of. So we had 2 vans. I swear that van was like, what, Scooby-Doo, the Mystery Machine. It was one of those.
No, shit. Hell no.
We had 2 of those, and they were like those 15 passenger
Tires
vans.
was good though.
Oh yeah, you know. Well,
I'm dead.
you know,
Tires was right.
All the nigga that worked 72 jobs. say
Right.
that.
yeah.
Nigga know a good vehicle, head ass.
A lot of them tires was good.
But we were there. We had some. I had some cool vets though. I mean, like we had 2 vans. One of them was newer. One of them was older. And one of the vets, like he kept the keys to the new one. It was like, hey, this is mine. I better
Quit
get
playing.
mine.
Y'all quit playing. Y'all quit playing. I'm going out tonight.
I mean, like that's exactly how it was. So we all kind of shared the other one, but you know, it was a small town. Everybody in the town knew you. You know, after the game, we all had to ride. We ate Buffalo Wild Wings after every game. I got so tired of that.
That sounds like Chick-fil-A for us.
Every game,
That
it was
sounds
just
Chick-fil-A
like, you
for
know,
us.
that's just where we went. And, you know, you got in that van, you know, it was never any gas in it. I mean, the thing with the needle was just bouncing on E. So you've had to go somewhere, you put your $10 in there, whatever, road, did what you did.
Wait.
$10.
Sweet. You're not filling up a
They
van
gave-
for the community.
No.
You're not filling up a van community.
No.
Come on
This
now.
is-
But hold tight. But
this is
they
minor
gave
league
you the.
ball. It's
they-
minor league ball.
But they gave you the van. It was like, here, we're gonna give you this car, but
We
We shared there. No, they
didn't.
didn't give you. There is a van. Like there's the van.
You gotta get that.
And you know, there's 12 of you living in
Hey,
this same, and it's just like you
that's
look
like
out the
crazy.
window
That's
and
the
the
same
van's
way
out
they
there.
did the
It's like,
Xbox and the PS.
Right.
you know,
Right.
I'm on 6 first.
he said there is a van.
You got to
is a
sign
van.
up for that, bitch.
Yeah.
It's the sign up sheet.
It's like you been at Lifetime, get on the court.
Oh, God.
so it was really like
That's
you know,
crazy.
I got downs on the van.
That's funny.
it was like some child like you really had to like
Hell
ask one of the
yeah.
vet, hey, can I get the keys, man?
Oh,
like you know,
hell
and you always got like the where you going, how long you gonna be?
Oh, God. BB, if a nigga asks for your keys, you be like,
Nah,
what?
them ain't
If
your
you the
keys
vet.
though, for real. Them ain't your keys though. I'm
he-
looking at the logic.
That's funny, bro.
Them ain't your
He
keys
said,
though.
but I'm the vet.
He the vet. He
Said,
the
but
vet.
I'm
He's
the
been
vet.
there.
So basically he's saying, so
Man, I'm finna get the joint to come pull up on me. Fuck you talking about? Man,
so
go
for
take
me
it.
around this joint.
Hell yeah.
In Dakota though, ain't no
Man,
junks to
what?
pull up on you in Dakota's DB.
That's always so.
Jalen.
In Dakota, bro.
Jalen, listen to
In
me.
Dakota.
But Jalen, listen to me right
Tell
now.
him, baby.
Nah, I feel it.
Camp
Tell
eyes.
Shit.
Come on. You know what camp eyes
Hey,
do.
nigga. Ooh, that's
You know what
crazy.
camp eyes will do.
That's
Camp eyes.
crazy.
Camp eyes.
Camp eyes.
Camp eyes.
Yeah.
Yo, use your eyes when you're in regular Mother Nature. You know what I'm saying? You outside doing all regular activities, seeing all the regular people in the world. Your eyes usually see what you like, you know what you like.
Okay.
You get in camp, been looking at you motherfuckers all day.
Oh.
Nigga been stalked.
Now my scales that went a little down once I see something. I'm like,
I see what
you
you
hear me?
Nigga been starving. Nigga been starving.
Nigga, I'm out here like a lion.
Oh my God. Hey, niggas was crazy as hell, bro. At camp, they'll be talking about some. Hey, bro, the cafeteria lady, bro. I'd be like, oh God. Nigga. Oh, hey, but the cafeteria lady, all these grandma aunties, bro. Oh God, grandma aunties, they going wild. I'm like,
y'all wild. Grandkids up here, bro.
Bro, all right, y'all gotta quit playing, bro.
Y'all are wild, bro.
Camp eyes is trouble,
boy.
Boy.
Put camp eyes on everybody.
Hey, man, you know.
Hey, but what made you?
Oh my God!
After you went to Dakota, what made you just say, I'm finna start going overseas?
Well, what happened was I was an all-star in the D-League. We had a good season. I mean, I led it in rebounds and double-doubles.
Getting it. Yeah.
And people don't realize, you go back to 2008, man, that was like when the market and everything crashed. These owners were not signing players. We only had about 4 call-ups from the G-League or the D-League at the time, the whole season.
Yeah.
So my thought process with my agent and everything was like
across the board.
Everybody. I mean, had opportunities. I thought I was going to get a couple call ups to some teams, and it was just a matter of, the GM was saying I got to get the owner just to see if I can convince him to put the money up for a 10-day. I mean, just for a 10-day.
Damn.
I mean, people just like, I'm not going to pay $30,000. Like, listen.
That's crazy.
I mean, people lost a lot in that time. So after the season, I played Summer League again. And I was going to try to get back in it through Summer League. And I was playing, and I had a really good summer. I was playing with the Orlando Magic. I had some teams in the Euro League and in Spain. They really liked what I was doing. And I hit up my agent. My agent was like, listen, you can sign a deal. You get an NBA out. And, you go over there and try it and everything. And you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You can be getting yourself up over there in Europe. And at the same time, you can come back over.
Looking, right. They looking.
But I went over my first job. I went to Granada, Spain. Team in southern Spain. Team, I didn't even know at the time. I didn't even know that the team was like not one of the better teams in the league. I was just signed. Just went over there. And, I get there a couple of days and you guys like, we don't really expect to really win the championship or be in that. And I didn't even know. But I got there and I had another Memphis guy. Shout out Jimmy Snap Hunter was my vet. Yes.
Hey, Memphis legend. Snap Hunter. What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah. Snap Hunter. Jimmy Snap Hunter.
Yeah.
He was my vet my first year in Spain. And also I had Joe Ingles. He played in the NBA, played with the Utah Jazz, played with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, Joe.
So we were both rookies on that team. Us three, we had one of the best seasons the club ever had, one of the most wins they ever did. We almost made the playoffs, but it was one of those things where after that year, we all just went up. I go from there to going signing with like one of the best programs in all of Europe. And then at that point, it just really didn't even make a whole lot of sense to be trying to come back.
Because you started going crazy over there.
I
look at your stats.
Boy, you were going crazy over there.
Right.
Nigga winning shifts, making all type of accolades. Don't worry, we got them listed.
What does it look like though, getting the MVP over there?
Well, that year I was like, they had this award. It was kind of like the newcomer of the year. Like, I don't know what they called it, Spanish new player of the year, whatever they called it. But
some bullshit.
I don't know. It's something in Spanish. That people didn't understand.
It's some,
But it was different. When you get overseas, man, the stuff is just different. Like, as soon as you land, it feels different.
It is.
You don't hear any English, and you just got to learn how to survive. My first year over, I'm talking about, I didn't have a smartphone. So you got calling card, all that kind of stuff. You calling back home.
That nigga had an iPhone, 11 from 11 from 2011 to 2016. You think this nigga had anything smart on him?
Oh, me. It's over with.
Nothing. I got a BlackBerry right before I went over there. But that's something. You had the BBM. Remember that?
No.
No. Remember that?
What?
Crazy.
So had that. That was the only way you could talk to people back home. And you might get on Skype or something like that. But it was just different, man. Like, you get over there and you got to learn how to...
Skype was a time.
Learn the language, speak the language.
Skype was a time.
Skype was FaceTime.
Yeah.
Skype was a time.
You get a car, had a car. The car was a stick shift. You got to learn all that kind of stuff. So,
I got to learn how to drive again.
Okay, so now, like, what was your first experience? Like, all right, this not NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have Ron Slay on and... He didn't have mobsters deal with teammates. He didn't have motherfuckers just tell him, hey, pull up the practice. They tell him where it was at.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did you have any experiences like that?
The first thing you gotta understand is you're not in the States.
Yeah, no.
You have to, if you don't get that out of your mind and all you're doing is comparing everything to how it is in the States, you're gonna struggle. And it's not for everybody to go overseas. Like you're gonna find out immediately. The food doesn't taste the same. Like nobody speaks the language. The way that they move and do business and everything is just not how it is.
America.
Like it's not America. So my first thing was that obviously you work in a job in America, you get paid. I'm overseas and payday come. Where's the check?
What Ron say?
Yeah, he did say that. That overseas basketball is different.
And it's just you trying to figure out how do you navigate that, and everybody else is just working like, it'll come. And I'm like, hold on, man. Like,
what you mean?
Nah, nigga, it ain't no it'll come.
Yeah,
I work this.
So how long would it take you to get a check?
I mean, it depends on the team. Now, I can't sit there and say for every team, but you can play for some teams. I mean, it might be a month, 2 months. I mean, you might not even get it. I mean, So it's just one of those type things. I mean, you got to figure it out.
I might say that
not
with
get
ease, a month or 2 months.
Yeah,
but that's wild.
Might not.
I mean, even myself, there's some that's left on the table that's from some team. I mean, and every player that plays overseas probably got a situation like that. It was a team that just didn't happen. And they just tell you, hey, we ain't got it.
We ain't got
Whoa. Hey,
we ain't got it, bro.
That's wild to say. That's wild.
I didn't play the little overseas football, not in like Europe, but damn, not at all. Not gonna get it. We ain't got it,
you, bro. I just got it.
We ain't got it.
Wow.
Appreciate your efforts.
You're gonna get every excuse. We're gonna get it tomorrow. It's gonna be in tomorrow. Oh, we put it in there. Check the account. Oh, you didn't get it. Here's a receipt.
Oh, bro, they do all that.
Wait a minute.
Crazy shit.
We put it in the account. No,
that's wild.
How it is.
That's wild.
So you got to figure out how do you handle that.
Yeah.
And you do a lot of growing up in that situation because you're over there. Because you're like, man, how do I handle this? Do I leave and go home? Do I stay and kind of build a what do I do? You got to figure it out.
Different.
Was you in a relationship then? Were you over there?
Yes. Yes.
Like, was she over there?
Eventually, when we got married. So, I'm
okay.
Family was living over there. I mean, so
this was
kid born over there.
For real.
Hey, speaking of kids,
you was over there.
Speaking of kids, the first time I saw this man, my kids go to the same school.
Oh no, yeah.
When this dumbass pickup line, and I say dumbass is the worst pickup line. Cause my kid had been to 3 schools already. I'm telling you, this is the stupidest pickup line because you gotta pull up in that hole, stop, turn your car off, wait 15 minutes for the fucking kid, and they gonna serve them out one at a time type shit. Man, look, bro.
What?
Bro, listen, bro. My kid had been to plenty school. They throw them motherfuckers from the curb. Get in the car. Car moving, nigga. Let's go.
Nah.
So I see this man here. Like, what this tall ass nigga here right here? I don't be talking to niggas and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that nigga taller than a bitch. Okay. Glad to see black people over here. Went on about my motherfucking business.
So man, your kids got dual citizenship?
No, see, that's what I'm saying.
Thinking the same thing.
See, you thinking like an American, like you can't take your way of thinking somewhere else. Right. It doesn't work that way. You got to go over there and you got to think. Just like I said, if the payment late, I would ask local, what you do when they don't pay late? They said, nothing. I just don't pay the bill that I owe.
Don't pay the bill.
Whatever it is.
That's non-American than a motherfucker. You right.
That's crazy.
I ain't paying this, huh?
I love that.
That's in case
they didn't pay me.
But do they cut your shit off?
I never had mine. I mean, but like
how long would you go without paying the bill?
Well, the team gonna provide everything. That's one thing about overseas. The team gonna provide.
This nigga,
team gonna provide.
He knew he had something to fall back on. That's my type of guy. I ain't got it, but I know somebody that do.
I just like how he talking real quick. He give no details. He's like, I'm trying to tell you. I was straight though. I was good.
I'm trying to get the details.
Trying to get the nitty gritty. Come on, now.
Big Rich is good, bro. Big Rich is all right.
But that's one dynamic you got on the team too, because if they do have financial issues, you might be balling. Mm-hmm. Your teammate might not be. Your other American teammate, they might be paying him or paying you, but not paying. So it's all a kind of like a, hey man,
that
like
get dicey.
That's
when you go to end up kicking it with yourself.
Yeah. Because I ain't saying shit.
Nah, it ain't even the fact. It's like, you can't be like, hey, no, you can't hit up brother like, hey, you trying to go get something to eat?
Right.
Yeah, you can't do none of that. You can't do none of that.
Ain't none of that going on.
Eat. You can eat.
Right.
Nigga, you can afford to eat.
Nigga, I ate in the cafeteria.
Nigga said, I'm waiting for tomorrow lunch. Nigga,
That's true. That's true. That's a dicey situation.
Damn.
So I gotta ask you. I want to go back. I want to go back to like high school, like because I know you was like top dog, but there had to be one person that gave you some problems though. Just one. Was there like just
because Alabama got hoopers.
Was there like just one person like, oh shit, okay, I'm meeting up with him today, or was there like just like that one game
in high school?
Well, high school used that nigga. So then college.
What was y'all division? Was y'all 6A?
Yeah, we were 5A.
That's still 5A, still hooping.
I said high school, fuck no.
That nigga, he asked
Right,
you like,
he
you
said,
You playing with me right now?
That nigga, I'm into the NBA, nigga. Fuck you mean?
You
playing with me?
So, all right, when your first
So like who?
real deal?
Yeah, real.
Like this
Welcome to
nigga
the
problem.
league type of moment. Welcome to the league type of
Okay,
moment.
now we're gonna get to the league.
Oh, we are?
We're gonna get to the league. But let's start
college.
with
At least college.
yeah.
I mean, in college, I mean, like if there was a name, I would say, I mean, like Big Baby was a battle.
Big Baby
I
was
mean,
the
we
dog.
had
That
some
nigga
battles.
was
I mean,
He
you
was
know, 'cause, I
dog.
mean, like it was a different time too.
Yeah,
You know, that was
for
that
sure.
bigger, faster,
Big,
stronger.
yeah,
Everybody was trying to be 265.
Yeah,
Everybody
right.
had all this
Muscle
weight on.
motherfuckers,
You
yeah.
tried to, you know, it's 10 players in the paint. You had to be able to bang.
Right.
You know, so, you know,
Okay.
you playing LSU and you got Big Baby, Tyrus Thomas,
Ooh, that's
you know,
cold.
Tasman Mitchell. You know, and the same with us at Alabama. You know, I got Jamario Davis and the Chuck Davis. You know,
Jamario
it's
Davis,
all
It's
these
just
big
like
guys
a
right
lot of
there in the
big
paint.
motherfuckers just around.
So, you know, you just gotta
Okay.
you gotta really be physical in that time. You know,
Gotcha.
but if there was to throw a name out, he would be
Big
one
Baby.
that you knew. You know, him averaging 18 and 10 in the SEC. That he was gonna get the ball every single time. And you had to do your work early because he's 300 pounds.
Yeah.
So you got to do your work early. You can't let him get good position.
Hey, what
Or,
does
you
that
know,
mean by doing your work early?
That means if they run it down in transition, if you in defense, you get down there first, and he's coming down on offense, then that means you better hit him early. Hit him at the free throw line, hit him at the 3-point.
Okay.
Because
Don't
if
let
you
him-
go stand under the goal,
He just gonna
and he
back
posts
you
you
in there.
up,
He
it's
just-
over.
you
Laying
already
it
know.
up.
Easy
Okay.
bucket.
So you can't allow a man to, you know, just get the position. You got to make him work. Got to make it hard on him because it's going to be a bucket or a foul. So you got to do your work early.
What was your welcome to the NBA moment?
Oh, just training camp. You know, I went in training camp and I had some injuries. I torn a what's this? I tore the quad
That's
muscle.
quad, yeah.
Quad.
Yeah,
Tore
yeah.
my quad in the combine.
Damn.
And it, you know how that stuff is tricky. It takes so long for it to heal. And I just wasn't right.
That's like 6 months, ain't it?
It was, I don't know. I mean, I pulled it off the bone a little bit, you know, just a
You
little
might say a
bit.
little bit, yeah.
A little
That's 6
bit.
months.
Hey, but you know, when you're trying to make the team, you're a rookie.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
you
in
gonna,
there,
gonna
huh?
tape
You
that
gonna-
thing
yeah,
up.
yeah, let's go.
I'm taping it up. I'm gonna do whatever I got to do.
That shit crazy.
But you know, I was on the team. You got Steven Jackson on the team, Al Harrington, Corey Maggette. You know, so these guys, I mean, Steven Jackson probably was the best player that I've ever seen on a court. You know, 6'8", he can shoot, he can pass, he can rebound. I mean, he's just has so much ability. To be honest, he probably should have been an all-star at some point in his career, but just his ability was just something to see at that young age that I had.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the first time I heard that one.
I haven't heard that before.
I mean, I'm with it though.
I know Jack was nice.
I know, yeah, Jack was nice.
Oh,
Definitely
Jack
nice.
was fucking nice.
Right.
Big
But
fan.
I would say that's the first time somebody gave him those type of props, saying that he should, you know what I'm saying, should have been an all-star, you know what I'm saying, up there at that level.
I mean, you know, you averaging 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5
Shit,
assists.
I mean, hell, like, he was in the league for a minute too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Minute.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Minute.
But from going here, you going, like we were going, let's go back overseas. What would you say the biggest difficulty was for you transitioning from basketball in America to basketball overseas? And you played in multiple places, not just Europe. You was in Japan. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that should just sound like this type of basketball.
No, there was different
Crazy.
ways over
You know
there.
what I'm saying? Like, so they had firecrackers going off in the stadium or something.
I mean, it's well, you know, I played in that kind of stuff. You know, Japan the other way around. Japan is totally peaceful.
For real?
Oh yeah, they got great etiquette. Like it's,
I would assume that.
Listen,
I
like
would assume
it's nothing. Now some of these other places I played, I mean, it's fires in the stands.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Oh, wow.
I played in Serbia. You know, Greece. You know, somebody hit you with a battery out there one time. I got hit with a battery.
Oh.
You know, you going playing games like in Partizan Belgrade. You know, some of those teams like
You
where
gotta eat
Jokic is
this
playing
shit.
for it. I mean, they're all outside of the arena with riot gear on. Like full blown helmet, shield,
a basketball
gun.
game?
You know, it's like, a
Damn.
baton, like everybody, like around the gym. It's like, because if they lose the game, the people gonna storm the court. Something might happen.
Oh,
I mean, you looking at this, you don't see anybody in that gym right there. Because look, that's a big rivalry game right there. So, you know, they don't let everybody in there because you don't know what can happen.
That's
so
crazy.
you got to play in these type of environments, man, where they don't even sell
Wait a minute,
concessions.
so hold tight. I gotta pause that because I always watch it. Dang, like them games, like I know European League be straight, but them games be looking empty. So you saying the reason why it's empty is because like, yo, y'all
Some of y'all can't come in here.
I've had games we played against our rivalry. I'm talking about Alabama versus Auburn.
Right.
Like when playing in Istanbul, Turkey, it's Galatasaray versus Beşiktaş. That's like Alabama versus Auburn. And something happened in the previous game. They're like, next time y'all play, no fans.
Damn.
They
No
said y'all was wilding out. Y'all was wilding out. We
Yeah.
shutting it down for next week, next time.
You know, so
That's crazy.
That's just what it is, you know. But you learn to play in that environment.
Damn.
But did you have any, like, as far as on the court, anything you had to adjust to as far as the playing overseas and playing in America?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, it's more of a team game in Europe. In the States, you know, it's a little bit more entertainment.
Right,
you know, you got a superstar, you got to get in your bag. But in Europe, a lot of times it's some really, really talented players that don't get to show what they can do because you got to be able to play within the system.
Yeah, shit.
You know, and the better you can do that, then the higher you can go up. But I mean, that was a challenge because when you start on the first team like I did, which was a lower team on the totem pole,
you doing what you wanted to do.
Yeah, then you get to the big team, and it's like, hey, we need you to play your role. We got guys here that play on the Olympic team over here in our country. They're the stars. You got to figure out how to kind of
pass the ball.
That's what they care about.
Work
too.
pass
the ball.
You got to figure out how to do that.
Yeah,
you know
that makes sense. That's interesting, yo. I never got those takes from overseas.
Yeah, I definitely never knew that. Like, I mean,
damn.
I guess you can sense that, but
I didn't sense that shit. I mean, I knew that they, like, for like soccer game stuff, I knew that they'll get active for. I know like they're hooping too, though.
Yeah, I've been seeing that. And then
That's
just think about Slade just telling us about his time over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Folks getting
Sheesh,
active. for sure.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Let me see.
I
What
couldn't
else you got,
even-
Bakes?
I got plenty of shit.
Go ahead, go for it,
Plenty
bro.
of shit.
Go for it.
I already talked about that Ron Slade situation.
Mm-hmm.
How you think you'll fit in today's NBA?
Oh, I think
That's a good one.
I think I would fit better today than it was then. Because now, being 6'8", you know, the undersized big is positionless.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, Shaq's still in the league. Tim Duncan's in the league. The big thing I felt like I fall into the second round had I had 2 more inches of height.
Yeah.
If I'm 6'10", 6'11", your first round pick.
It's different.
But now you look in the NBA draft, you know, like a guy like a Purdue, Zach Edey. Dude,
Zach
7'4".
Edey, yeah, he's 7'4".
They don't even draft him. They don't go back to school. Like everybody who is like 7 foot, they don't even draft anymore.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're talking about just a positionless thing. I think I could have been better off in today's game than then, you know, because they would have just developed you different.
It was some trees down there too. I mean, like he just said to him,
Big dog. No, it wasn't tree. They don't big dog.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
They don't big dog.
You know what I mean?
Big dog.
Oh, y'all was tall as shit.
Yeah, they weren't half stepping the time. But yeah, when you was, you know, had the fortunate to be down playing the NBA at that time, or you know, going to the NBA around big guys like that, it's a whole different world than what it is now. Them motherfuckers want to take niggas outside to the 3-point line.
Hell no.
I don't think I ever seen Shaq attempt a three. Maybe he was when he was with the Magics.
Right. So like you take like the Warriors, like their center is like what, Kayvon Looney, that his name?
Yeah, Looney.
Yeah,
Like he 6'9". He's like the same height as me.
Rebound his ass.
He
off.
do.
He do be fighting, scrapping down
But
that bitch.
He got a sense for the ball. He been on what that bitch is.
But that was my game. Like it's like, hey, you just set the screen for the shooters, roll. They throw you a bone every so often.
I see what
you
you're
get the
saying.
rebound. It's like you fit with what everybody
Whatever
else
was
would
going
do.
on. But so you never really get that shine so that you can move on to the next level.
Right. You know.
That's interesting. All right. Okay. All right.
That's wild.
That was a good one, Bates.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, but did you have any moments over there where also it like tested your love for the game? Shout out Podcast Jesus.
Oh yeah. Listen, when you're on a good team, like I played for a team in Israel, Maccabi Tel Aviv, great club. They like the Yankees.
Yeah.
They like the
I think
Yankees
my homeboy played
of
for
European.
Randy Culpepper, I think he played for them.
Yeah,
He just sound like it's lit over, like just like the name.
The name sounds
Really?
right.
What? Say more.
That was probably the best place I ever lived. I played there for 3 years. I mean, you talk about great weather all the time, sunny, doesn't rain often, right there on the beach. I mean,
California in the other country.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. I mean, that's it right there. You know, I mean, packed 10,000, 12,000 seat arena. I mean, like everybody knows you in the whole country. I mean, it's a small country, so everybody knows who you are. And every game is on TV over there. So, I mean, when you're there and you got a team that's 12, 15 players deep, and our head coach was David Blatt at the time, who was, you know,
David Blatt.
we know
Blatt.
Great coach. Great coach. He was with Coach
David.
LeBron when LeBron came back to Cleveland.
on, man.
Come on, bro.
Okay, my bad.
You don't know Blatt, man?
I got you.
You know, so, I mean,
So
great coach.
disrespectful.
So it's a lot of pressure in that situation.
Okay.
A lot of pressure in the EuroLeague because every single game matters. It's not like in the NBA. It's like every game matters, you know, and you got to have a lot of pressure. You got to play your role. So
I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit it should be shocking when we talk about like the crowds because like now I'm just looking at like the overseas players. I can understand like them always have like a chip during when they showed it whenever they playing Americans.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely
Like I want to ask, was there a time where you got into like they like tested your American a little bit over there?
Tested your
Like
American.
for real.
You
for real.
sound like an American. Steve.
I'm just saying.
They tested your American.
Nah,
man, no.
none of that.
No.
None of like, nah.
I didn't have the problems.
Of course. I can't even forget who the fuck I'm talking to, bro. It's Hendrix, bro. It's the Hendrix, bro. No, not me. You talking about somebody else that ain't me. It's not
But
me.
I'm saying, like, I feel
It
like,
is real.
I mean, you 6'8".
Yeah.
It ain't finna be, everybody finna.
No.
Obviously, they know, he played for the local team type
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, if football was global, they see me and this nigga walk around some random ass country,
They be like,
these niggas play for the team.
Right.
No. I want to talk about with the people. I'm talking about like when you was on the court playing.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna get physical, but you know, I mean, I never had that.
I know you never had that problem, but that shit does happen though. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. I mean,
I'm sure it happens. Yeah.
Competitors. I mean, a
I'm
lot
sure
of
it should happen.
times stuff gonna happen more so between you and another American on the team.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
that's
you know,
true.
I mean,
That's
you
true.
got to talk about
Right.
it can only be so many of you on the team.
Mm.
You know, so that's the thing. They got to guarantee a certain number of roster spots for their local players. So
Okay.
that's the thing about it. Like, it's only so many slots for you on every single team. So it's
See, that's
real
interesting, too.
competitive.
I didn't
It's
think of
real
that.
competitive. You know, it's not pickup ball where everybody just go and show who's best. Like, they trying to sign people for certain things. And, and that's how you
Get your fit.
go up in your career. It's a fit.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fit. And
That makes sense.
and a lot of times it doesn't have anything to do with your ability. Like you talk about, like you said, Ron Slay was on, like, that dude, great player.
Right.
You know, talented all the way around, but the fit might not fit for what they want on the team.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you know, so all of that kind of stuff, you might be on a team and maybe you fit with their team, but your teammate has more to his game. He might go at you every single game, every day,
Yeah.
to show like that I'm better than you, but they might not play him because he's taking a spot from somebody else on the local.
Damn.
You know, so you got to
Nah,
fit
yeah,
into
that's
it.
Football vibe.
It's
Yeah,
all
that
about how
football
you
shit.
fit into
No, yeah, I
it,
was
you
thinking
know?
the
We
same
in training
shit.
camp right now.
You know, so
Hey, give me that football vibe. You sit right next to a nigga you gotta work with, but
Yeah.
also gotta go on special teams and battle this nigga for that
spot.
For that spot.
But here's the thing. It's like you were talking about the NFL, like overseas, that stuff might not be guaranteed. So you got to be bringing your game because they might bring
What
a
you mean
dude
by
in.
guaranteed?
Oh, I'm talking about your contract.
So we ain't got no guaranteed contract.
That's what I'm saying.
Over
In
there,
Europe.
it's like that too. You saying?
Oh, you said over there? Okay. I
So,
see.
so
Oh,
let's
okay.
say
Right.
let's say
Getting it. Yeah,
let's
yeah,
say
yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
sign your contract.
I got you.
You're not playing well.
Yeah.
Man, they might fly a dude in here and he come to practice and you see him over there warming up right there. Like, he coming for you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he coming for you.
Yeah, that's the NFL shit right there.
Like,
On Tuesday, you already know what the fuck happened on Tuesdays.
God.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
Looking around. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
Call you on your off day.
Yeah.
You'll go
That's
to the
Tuesday.
facility and leave, and then they'll call you back to that bitch.
And be like, yeah, we gonna go.
They be like, damn, I was just up there.
Cause you was up there getting treatment and working
You
out.
worked
doing
out, you
whatever.
did your
While
workout.
You wasn't in the indoor. They was in there working 7 niggas out.
You come back home, you chilling.
You-
Damn it, I was just up there. Y'all want me to come back?
Yeah.
And bring your playbook.
Bring your playbook.
Bring your playbook.
Nigga
though.
said-
That's the part.
Don't leave that. That's the only reason you come back up here.
On God. We got to sign you out and return the
In
merchandise.
return, that's it. If we could do this virtual, we
Oh,
could.
God. If it was a box that you could
Just
drop
ship
that
it
bitch and then ship it back, they'll send that hoe to your house.
Immediately.
And they wouldn't even call you, leave a voicemail or nothing. They'll send you that bitch a letter.
There's a box in front of your door.
Hey, you can just sign
I
this.
hope nobody in training camp listen to this right now, but don't listen to this part. Skip it.
Terrified right now. Like, Lord have mercy.
It's over with.
But they might need to listen to this. It's reality.
It is.
That is true.
We not gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
But the
Sugarcoating
coach
shit.
ain't fucking with you, bro.
It's up.
Get ready. The Grim Reaper is
It ain't
on the
funny,
way.
bro.
Hey, do y'all got a Grim Reaper?
Oh man, I mean, it's just gonna be your own agent because you know they all of a sudden when you about to get cut, and now they not speaking the language anymore.
Hold on.
You know, so you
Your
get the phone
agent?
call for your agent.
So they
damn.
You getting the phone call from your agent.
They
And that's
know.
what they're gonna
That's
call.
crazy.
They gonna let you go, man. You get a warning first. You know,
I'd
the
rather
warning
get the
gonna be
Grim Reaper, bro.
Oh, God.
I'd rather get the Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper, hey, you go in the
That's
facility,
like
put the
some
shit
different
down.
shit.
That's different.
Nah,
They
that's
speak the
foul,
language, though, boy. That's wild.
you know.
Niggas just turn some
Nah,
Black Mirror
yeah.
shit on you. Like,
Yeah,
you wrong. You ain't supposed to be here.
That's crazy.
It's gaslighting their ass. That's wild.
That's
Yeah,
funny,
I'd rather
man.
get the Grim Reaper than just having my agent say, yeah, they
Damn,
don't
that's-
speak English no more.
For real? For real?
I mean, like for real.
They don't bring y'all in and be like, hey, we gonna release you. They're just like,
I mean, you gonna get a phone call from your agent. First off, in basketball, listen,
That's wild.
you know,
My
if you
nigga,
playing
what?
bad, you know you playing bad. Everybody knows it.
Right.
Your agent gonna let you know. You better pick it up.
okay.
And then, you know,
That
you
about-
get,
that was a
get a
warning.
phone call, and
They
then,
call it.
then the next time it's gonna be like, hey, you're probably gonna let you go.
Yeah, I'm glad the NFL don't work like that. Fuck that.
Nah.
Their agent called her, bro. You gotta pick your shit up.
Hey, man, shut the fuck up.
No, that's
I'm out here trying, nigga.
I'm trying.
That's crazy. Hey, in football,
That's
bro,
wild.
your
That is
agent,
a wild phone
your
call to
agent
get.
call you and be like, hey, you gotta pick it up. It'll be hot as fuck, bro.
I'm gonna cut that nigga ass.
It'll be hot as fuck,
Spencer,
bro.
I would have cussed your ass out.
Hey, Joe,
got
that
a
would have been
face.
crazy.
I'm on
If
his
you
ass.
can you please just work hard?
That would have been outrageous.
I would have. Hey, all right, come down here tomorrow. I'm gonna fight this nigga.
Oh,
beat
man.
Spencer ass up.
That's funny. So, current NBA, what you think about B. Miller?
I love his game.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Now you biasly loving this game?
I mean, no, not biased. I mean, listen.
He
I
can
mean,
ball
I've been
now.
able to see it
Yeah.
up close and personal. You know, on the
Okay.
call for a lot of games. I mean,
Yeah,
listen,
you do.
I
Yeah.
played at Alabama,
Uh-huh.
and you know, I even said early on in the year, a lot of people were on me. I said he might be the best player Alabama's ever had. I mean,
I heard
and
that. I heard that
people
before.
were just
I
all
heard that
over
before.
me. Like, how can you say that? It's only been 10 games. Listen. I feel like I was one of the better ones to play down there.
I'm about to say,
I
I can say that.
Yeah, you can definitely see it
Talking
when
about-
it's a certain player and they like elevating faster than-
Above everybody.
Right, you can see, you could definitely
Yeah.
point it out for
I
sure.
mean, when you play, you know what that kind of stuff feels like. You see a guy come down the court, he can go both ways. He can shoot from deep. He can shoot in the mid range.
Right.
He's 6'9".
Mm-hmm.
You know, he can
Silky smooth.
facilitate and
Yep.
pass. He never gets rattled. He shoots at an efficient clip. I mean, come on, man. Like, who do you see doing that down there? I mean, that's just all I'm saying. I
Yeah.
mean,
Right.
I hope he can continue to do it.
Who would you say the top basketball players in Alabama history,
it's-
excluding yourself? Brandon Miller, obviously. You said that.
he's definitely in there. It's so many. I mean, you would talk about you can't have a top five. You got to go with if you're still with the NBA, you got to go with Ori with 7 championships. You got to start with him. You got to go with Spreewell. Antonio McDyess, I think, has a gold medal.
I forgot McDyess.
You know, you go back, you know, several,
Yeah,
you know,
Wowzer.
to like now Ben, what you talking about from the state of Alabama or Alabama?
No,
University of
Alabama.
Oh yeah, Cheryl Wallace, Mo Williams,
Okay.
Irwin Dudley.
Yeah.
You keep going back, Leon Douglas. I mean, it's at one point in the 90s, people don't realize Alabama had the most players currently in the NBA. I mean, it was probably about 10, 11 guys in the league. And about around 1995, it was like, at one time.
Damn.
You know, so I mean,
That's live.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
they got a really good.
I remember when that nigga Colin Sexton went
And
1-on-5.
What?
Right, yeah.
That shit
he went-
was
Real damn.
He went dumb. He went dumb.
That shit
He
was-
won. He won for
Right.
sure.
He's definitely one.
He's got to be one.
He's definitely
he
one.
won
He
for
got to be
sure.
one of them. That man was just killing their ass 1-on-5. Like, bro, how you do that?
Okay. So since we talking about college, what was your favorite away stadium like to play in?
Oh, it's Kentucky.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
That makes
go to
sense.
Rupp.
First time
I
we
mean,
talk
it's
about
just
getting a positive
yeah,
attitude this time.
man. Like it's just you go there and we beat them there.
Okay.
My freshman year. I mean, I hit 2 free throws to seal the game at the end of the game.
Oh, that's
Hey,
live.
ice in their veins.
That's live.
Yeah.
As a freshman?
Yeah,
As a
as a
freshman, that's
freshman.
Ice in
live.
their veins.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who was the coach then?
Tubby Smith.
Tubby Smith was there.
Did you start as a
15.
freshman?
I did.
Okay. Okay.
Not off the rip, but after about 10 games in, I started.
They already knew what was up at that point.
Yeah,
Yo,
time to get them on court.
I mean,
How did you get there to like? Because I mean, I know football. I mean, one week you could be starting, next week the next man up type situation. How did in basketball? Like you said, it took 10 games. That sounds like a lot, but I mean, it's not like basketball.
not in basketball.
That's
I mean,
not-
you
that's
know,
not.
I mean, you can do your thing coming off the bench. I think like in
For
game
sure.
3, I had 22 points and 14 rebounds by game 3 in a game.
Damn.
Okay.
Now,
Off the
I mean,
bench.
so off the bench. I mean, but we were kind of
You should've
struggling a little
started.
bit. No, we had some good players.
Yeah.
I can't say that I should. I mean, we had Chuck Davis, who was a senior at that time. He played about 10, 12 years in overseas. Jamario Davidson played in the NBA. Ronald Steele was our point guard. He was the best point
I
guard in
remember
the
Ron
league.
Steele, yeah.
I mean, you know, so it you know, in basketball, if you can manage it, I don't know how much starting really means. I mean, it means a lot to the ego, but you know, you
Yeah.
come in there, you got a chance to really, you know, show what you can do.
Gotcha.
Y'all stay tuned. Next week, we're going to come in on part 2, some heat. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. We'll see you guys next week.